This is a video highlighting my time at Bond. It's currently 4 p.m. Monday, May the 22nd as I'm writing the script and I don't know how to start the video. I guess I'll start off by saying Happy Victoria Day, everybody. I hope your day is going well so far. Oh wait, it's not going to be Monday when you watch this video. Oh well. Let's get to know a bit about Bond Repro. I want to say that there are no more than 50 employees working at Bond, but I really don't know. I forgot to ask. Bond's pretty small though. The owner's name is Jason Hodge. I know, right? His last name's not even Bond. How dare him. Located at 1450 Adirondack Street, this place was home to classic printing since 1985. In August 2009, Bond completed the purchase of classic printing, and in July 2014, they completed the centralization of its plants into one print facility. Since May 2016, all of Classic's operations fell under Bond's name, no longer actively marketing the Classic brand. However, the production and sales teams remain the same. This year marks Bond's 25th anniversary. Congratulations, team! My commute to Bond takes approximately 45 minutes, so it's not too far. Each time I got home, I was pretty exhausted from the day's work, so I'm actually surprised I was able to document each day in our elementary school journals. 6 days out of 10, I was in the binding and finishing department, either because Paul, my production manager, was away, he arranged my schedule, had a later shift, or on that particular day, there was a lot to do and several rush jobs had to be completed, which is totally understandable. Bindery is not that bad. It can get repetitive though, but it's an important part of a job. Since it's basically the last step in completing a job, it's important to do it right the first time. Almost always, our press operators print overs to compensate for mess-ups down the line, which happens. However, it's not the standard 5% overs that we were taught in Doug's class. Sometimes the amount that we get is ridiculous. For example, there was a job for 3,000 books, and our guys printed 700 overs. Like, why? We had enough samples for the docket and for our boxes, so the rest had to be recycled. We have loads of workers in bindery. It's an infestation, really. This is Bruce. He operates the Horizon booklet maker. He let me run the machine on my first day at Bond, which is pretty neat. It's like our booklet maker, except with 2 collating towers already attached. So technically, it's just bigger. Oh, and he's an artist too, which is super awesome. This is Vin, another bindery worker. She's hilarious because she complains a lot. She also yells at me when I'm doing something wrong. That's great too. She reminds me of Edna from The Incredibles. You know, that costume designer with big glasses? Yeah, I love her even more because of that. There's always something to do when you're in bindery. I'm sure that applies for the other departments too. At least I hope so. I spent day 1 in the art department with Cindy, basically pre-press. This area is really dark. The only light they use is from their lamps, and there aren't that many in the first place. Apparently, the reason why they do that is because you can see color better when it's darker. If that's true, then that's pretty fascinating. They're like mushrooms, they thrive in darkness. Instead of Kodak Prinergy, they use Prinect, and the imposition software they use is called Imposition Wizard, which is a plugin for Adobe Acrobat. I learned a bit about pre-flighting and the plate making process. The process is the exact same as how Wayne taught us last month. They also have an Epson proofer, which they use to print proofs, of course. On day 4, I visited the accounting department. I thought that day would be the worst, but it was alright, I guess. I basically spent the day with Doria, one of the accountants, and did some invoicing stuffs. The entire day, she was waiting for her son to call, since his flight was being delayed. He was flying from Philadelphia, I think. so she was excited to see him again. That was fun. She's one of the nicest ladies at Bond, that's for sure. Fun fact, we both had a headache that day. Day 5 was the best day so far. First, I got to play with a Heidelberg 2-color Printmaster offset press. Everything about offset printing is fun. If you know me, you know I love to do stuff with my hands. Running the press, I loaded and unloaded paper, applied ink, and pressed buttons. Basically, the same thing for the Quickmaster, which was right next to me. A coworker even gave me candy. It was my first warhead ever, and it was delicious. Next, after my lunch break, I headed over to the digital department. Pretty cool stuff. At Bond, there are 2 iGens and a Xerox color press. Tara, who runs all these machines, has worked at Bond for nearly 5 years. She knows a lot of stuff. She even knows Roberto. From what I gathered from our conversations, she's very much connected to a bunch of upper-level people at EFI, Electronics for Imaging. Apparently, she's the go-to person if they need someone to test out new products and software, which I think is amazing. She's also one of the only 2 people at Bond who truly understands color management stuffs, so that's shocking. Day 6 was diving into the world of black and white printing with Jim. He's the guy that kept misinterpreting my questions, but I totally forgive him, I guess. It wasn't busy that day. I think we ran no more than 6 or 7 jobs, which was fine because it was Monday. In the black and white room, there are 2 Ricoh Pro 1357 EXs, 2 Ricoh Pro 8120s, a Xerox D95, which is a photocopier and scanner, and a large color Ricoh Pro C9110. He calibrates each machine every morning when he comes in for work. With the settings available, we printed on tabs and also programmed the RIP to do offsets, and by offsets I mean staggering the sheets in sets so it's easier to see where the next copy starts. I had no idea this function existed. I always thought the process would all have to be done manually. It's impressive, I think. Besides that, setting up to run a job is very similar to how we set up our Ricoh and Konica printers. Just some functions aren't available to us. Not a busy day, but at least I learned some new things. Day 8 was the last day for Robert, one of my coworkers who operates in the iGen room. This day was great, because we had donuts. Oddly enough, I had been thinking about donuts for some time prior to that day. Even though day 8 was mainly just me working in bindery, I want to say that the day was terrific. He has great hair, I must add. It's coming to an end. The curtains are closing. The people at Bond are pretty cool. They like to have fun. They don't always meet their deadlines, but as Tara told me, the deadlines are just suggestions. Sometimes we misplace job dockets, or just lose it altogether. But so far, so good. I've learned quite a few things during my 10-day adventure. Luckily, we had to write in our journals, otherwise I would have forgotten most things. Oi, it's almost 8:30 p.m., and I've yet to start recording for this video. Thanks, Wayne, and goodbye. Oh, and thanks everyone for watching. Peace.